Hey everyone, Pastor John here. This month has been so fun discovering who we are in Jesus so that we can make a difference. So question for you, what are you good at? Maybe it's sports, like maybe you can go on the soccer field and you score all the goals, or maybe it's video games. Like you can log onto your computer or Xbox and you're always at the top of the leaderboards, or maybe it's dance and, well, you can do the twists and the turns and all the awesome things the dancers do. Whatever it is, how can you use that to make a difference for Jesus? How can you use what God's given you to make a difference? Well, do you remember Paul? You see, Paul had this amazing task to take the message of Jesus all over the Roman Empire. Paul had a vision telling him to go to Macedonia, and there in Macedonia, there was a very important city called Philippi. And that's where Paul and his friends decided to tell the story of Jesus. Now, not everybody was excited to hear the story of Jesus, but thankfully, there were some women that they met and they were so excited to hear it. And this is where we're gonna meet our friend Lydia. If you're at home, say Lydia. So in Acts 16, verse 14, it says this: one of the women listening was from the city of Thyatira. Her name was Lydia, and her business was selling purple cloth. She was a worshiper of God. The Lord opened her heart to accept Paul's message. Now, like I was saying, it could be hard to be in a big city like this. You know, it was hard to know who was for you and who was against you, but check this out. So verse 15, then she invited us to her home. Do you consider me a believer in the Lord, she asked. If you do, come and stay at my home. She succeeded in getting us to go home with her. So Lydia, she was a new believer in Jesus. She wanted to support Paul and his companions in a tough city of Philippi. So how did she do it? Well, she used what she had. She opened her home, she provided a safe place for them, and Lydia's house became a home away from home for Paul and the apostles. Now later on, we're gonna see Paul and Silas go to prison. And when they get out of prison, you know where they went? That's right, they went straight to Lydia's house. In all of his travels and all of his challenges and his successes and his suffering, Paul was thankful to God for people like Lydia. They were partners in spreading the good news about Jesus Christ. And for Lydia, it all started with simply using how God uniquely made her and what she had available and what she was good at to serve others. So my question, how has God made you? What gifts has He given you? What are you good at? Now, after you realize those things, how can you be like Lydia and use what God has given you to make a difference for Jesus? Talk about it at home, and we'll see you next week.